These are the best and the worst villagers of every single species in Animal Crossing New Horizons. From dogs to cats to frogs, I'll be picking the best villager and the worst villager of each species. Now we have over 50 villagers in this video, so let's get straight into it. First up is the dog, the classic household pet that's just as great in Animal Crossing as they are in real life. The best dog has got to be Lucky, hands down. And even though I don't want to know what's underneath the bandages, this is a spooky doggo that's a classic. But the worst dog, some people say that a dog is the man's best friend. But in Animal Crossing, Mac looks like your dad's creepy friend that he brought to your vacation on Hawaii for some reason. Frogs are another Animal Crossing staple. It's hard not to find these little goobers cute, especially the best frog, in my opinion, which is Puddles. She looks like she was designed by a 5-year-old girl who was held back in kindergarten, but that is part of her appeal. The worst is Ribbit, who looks like he was designed by a kid who got expelled from kindergarten for hitting his classmates a little too hard on the back. Not everyone looks good as a robot, so I'm sorry, Froggo. The king of the American jungle, the bear, looks really awkward in Animal Crossing in general. Their shape and figure looks uncomfortable, making a lot of their designs a bit weird. But there's one that I really love in all of its awkward dimensions, and that is Teddy. He looks like a chill old man you found while camping with your family in Pennsylvania. He's chill, he's cool, and I love him. But all of the other bears look really awkward. I mean, the shape is not fitting to any of them, so I'm just going to include all of them in the worst. But the cubs, on the other hand, cubs are brilliant in Animal Crossing, to the point where I have 5 favorites. But if I had to pick just one, it would be Maple. She looks exactly what I'd imagine a Maple-inspired bear to look like in every good way possible. But the worst, it's Cody. I mean, his color combination and everything about him is just kind of blah. There's nothing really going on there. Alligators. Now there's 7 of these aquatic killers in Animal Crossing. They might not be the most popular species, but they're packed with quality. The best is Sly. He's a camo god, ready to take over the Animal Crossing scene with his jockey lifestyle. An honorable mention has to go to Drago, who is part alligator, part Puff the Magic Dragon cosplayer. The worst is Dell. This cranky dude is the classic cranky man. He also looks like an enemy from a Super Mario game that shoots fire. He's not bad, just the worst, not the best. The best bird, you ask? Well, it's gotta be Twiggy. This dude looks hilarious. He's so fun to look at. I can only imagine what kooky things come out of his beak. I love villagers that look like crazy people. The worst is Lucha. I mean, they could have done so much better with a luchador bird. Look at Hawlucha from Pokemon. And this one looks like it never made it to the big leagues. The best bull is the king himself, Angus. Literally a cow on fire, no different than a hamburger on a grill. This dude is cranky and he deserves to be cranky. I would be too if I were a cow on a grill. Well, the worst is Stu. He's kinda just there. The next species is the hardest one to rank. It's the most popular species, the one with the most fan favorites, and there's so many amazing members that I could have picked 10 fan favorites, for number 1. But for the best cat villager, I'm gonna go with my sister Lolly. Anka, Bob, Tangy, Kiki were also in the running, but Lolly is so well executed. If I were to own a cat as a pet in real life, I'd love for it to be exactly like Lolly. And the worst cat, yeah, I could make a lot of people upset and say Raymond, but I did that last time, so this time I'm gonna do Kid Cat. I know he's got a really unique design, but just looks a little too try-hard for my taste. Chickens crack me up in Animal Crossing. Something about their energy is so chaotic and silly to me. The best example of this is Egbert. Egbert reminds me of the super tall guy from high school that would always doodle in the back of class. He always would make some kind of funny joke making fun of me, and I loved him for that. And I think Egbert would do the same to me. I feel like he would make fun of me. He makes me feel like home. The worst chicken is Knox. Sorry, this dude just annoys every fiber of my body. He seems like he knows everything about everything, and he raises his hand every time the math teacher walks in the door. Get out of here, Knox. Get out of here. Eagles are full of class and luxury. Definitely a top tier species, both in the real world and in Animal Crossing. The best one is Apollo. Yes, I've caved to the popular pick. I got him on my island recently, and it just feels like the tough guy persona my island full of girls needed to balance out the energies. He is fantastic. The worst is Buzz, and I love Buzz. He gives me the buzz I need, but sadly I signed up to pick the worst and the best, and this is the name of the game, and there has to be a worst, so it's him. I think it's so fun that they have elephants in Animal Crossing, and I'm even more happy that they have a cup of tea. I'm so happy they have a teacup elephant like Tia. Wow, what an amazing concept. She is so cute, and I just want to take her out to brunch every day. The worst is Axel. I mean, no. Just no. Look at that grin. Anteater. In my opinion, the worst species in all of Animal Crossing. It's really hard to say any of them are my favorites or least favorites because they're all pretty bad. If I had to pick the best anteater, it would be Annabelle. She's kind of cute, I like her colors, and she kind of looks like a nice friend to have. The worst is gotta be Snooty. I mean, look at this guy. Just look at him. Choosing the best and the worst octopus is such a devastating task. I mean, wow, just wow. Every octopus is incredible and there's only 3, so I'm gonna go with Marina as the best and Octavian as the worst. I want to point out that all 3 of the octopi are in my top 15 favorite villages of all time, so he really isn't the worst, he's just the least best. Oink oink. The pigs are weird, and I mean really weird in Animal Crossing. I'm just gonna say it. My favorite's Peggy. She's a relatable queen. And my least favorite is Truffles. I mean, I think I wouldn't even like Truffles if he were bacon. The best penguin isn't even a question, it's a statement. Roald is not only an Animal Crossing icon, but a real-life icon. He transcends Animal Crossing in video games and is a legend we all need to respect. The worst penguin is Puck. I feel like any second now he's gonna push me into the toilet and start flushing. Apple is a hamster queen. No questions asked. She just radiates royalty. And for the worst hamster, I'm gonna have all of you look to the dumpster where Rodney is currently diving in. They really have rhinos in this game, isn't that crazy? Like massive rhinos are living in our small little getaway island. I love it. The best rhino is Hornsby, baby. They were able to turn one of the scariest animals on planet Earth to the cutest little goober of them all. But the same can't be said about Rhonda. I mean, if Rodney was in the dumpster, Rhonda is at the front line of JCPenney's right now asking for a refund. The rabbits are the next species hip-hopping to the list. And wow, everyone please welcome to the stage Miss Tiffany Rabbit. She looks like she's serving. And by serving, I mean serving hamburgers, sliders at Applebee's at 1 a.m. And I love her for that. Girl, go get your coin. How about Carmen? Carmen, though, I do not have the same respects for Carmen. Carmen's the type of person to tell the teacher after class that the person in front of her was cheating on the math test, and I don't like that at all. What a snitch. What a snitch. In my opinion, ostriches are the best species in Animal Crossing. While the octopi are all amazing, they sadly only have 3 members, while the ostriches have about 5 10 out of 10 designs. The best for me is Phoebe. Even though I love Flora, Blanche, Julia, Cranston, Queenie, Phoebe has the best color scheme of any Animal Crossing villager. And I'm not kidding when I say I would have an island full of ostriches and be happy. The only one I'd kick out would be Sprocket. I'm sorry, but I don't understand why every species needs to have a robotic member in them. I rarely enjoy the robot in Animal Crossing. The duck family is full of cuties. Although I love to give it to Ketchup, I could never do my girl Pom Pom wrong. She is cute, silly, quirky, and I love her to death, and I will be there the day she headlines her first world tour. The same cannot be said about Joey, though. I'm sorry, Zoe. I'm so sorry. Tammy has such a unique, fun, exotic color scheme, so for me, she's the top tier in monkeys in Animal Crossing. While Sherry's kind of boring. I mean, she's a nice, well-meaning girl, but she doesn't really do too much for me. While I said ostriches were the best, and the cats were most popular, I think the deers are a perfect combination of both popularity and quality. They're all just fantastic and so beloved. My favorite deer is Eric. The fact that he's a reindeer is just so smart and cute to me, and his face looks like a relatable dude who just got dumped by his girlfriend over text messages. I will say Bo and Bam are all fantastic as well. The worst is Diana, and I'm sorry, I know this will hurt a lot of your feelings. I think she's great. She's an A- at worst. But I'm serious, when I say the deer are full of back-to-back quality, someone's gotta be at the bottom, and I think it's her. Tigers are kind of like rhinos and bears, where they don't really fit too well with the aesthetics of Animal Crossing, but some of them are just really fantastic. Like Bianca, her color scheme is epic. It looks like there's little snowflakes all over her body. The worst is Leonardo. He kind of looks like a piece of cheese. Squirrels are everyday animals I tend to forget even exist in the real world, just because they're so common. But in Animal Crossing, squirrels shine. Squirrels shine, they do. Marshall is the biggest star, and for deserving so reasons. There's so much to love about him. I can't put my finger on it. His personality and design is really charming. And the worst, if you watch this video long enough, as you already have right now, you can probably figure out why I don't like Agent S. For the wolves, Vivian is the type of personality that I love. A little stuck up, a little mean, but deep down I can tell there's a heart underneath all that killer fashion. With Lobo, he looks cool. The other wolves are just too good for him, sadly. I will say his color scheme is pretty dang neat. People seem to hate on the gorillas a little bit too much for me. I think they're a lot of fun, and I love a lot of their designs, like Rocket, who has amazing aesthetics, and that pink costume is just so sweet. And how about Worst? Well, I'll have to give that sad award to Violet. There's too much things going on in this design, I can't really get behind it. Hippos have a heavy heart, but I gotta say with deep honesty, they are one of the weakest links in the species of Animal Crossing. None of their designs really take me there. I will say that Biddy would be a lot of fun to gossip with long into the nighttime, but here he can go. With one look at Sherb, you instantly get 10 extra points of happiness, and that's a scientific fact. Don't ask me, ask the scientist. He carries the goat species with super likable designs. But with Sherb, who shines, Velma falters. Yeah, she's just not it. Koalas are okay. Lyman is dope. He's pretty cool. He's super chill dude. Big love. Canberra's gotta go, though. She has got to go. For cows, Naomi is the queen bee, but Normal is not that. She is an ant. There is no good lion. I'm sorry. The mice are a little rough, too, but I do gotta say that Penelope looks really pretty and sweet. But Moose, I mean, come on now, that's terrible. He is disgusting. Kangaroos are beautiful creatures, and I love everything about them in Animal Crossing. I think Astrid is especially cool, while Sylvia just misses the mark a little bit for me. Horses are also really fascinating in Animal Crossing. Their design is really cool, especially Roscoe. I think the obvious answer here is Julian, but Roscoe just exudes really cool energy to me and deserves more love, while Elmer's energy is just, well, meh. And finally, the sheep. Wow, we finally made it to the end, and boy was it worth it. Stella's character is just so sweet to me. I know you guys love Pietro, but she just feels like a nice, warm hug. While Wendy, she just feels like a kick to the gut. What do you think? What's your favorite species in Animal Crossing New Horizons? Comment down below, subscribe, and ring the bell for a chance to win Marina in Animal Crossing New Horizon. Okay, I'll be doing many giveaways soon, so don't worry. See you guys next time, and subscribe to Nikachu for daily Animal Crossing and Nintendo videos. Goodbye.